Hey there guys, EctoMaster here. We're back with more beta talents. If you haven't seen my Demon Hunter and Death Knight yet, go check those out. Don't worry, that's probably the last time I'm ever going to introduce it. Go check out the other ones. I'm doing things alphabetically. Alphabeticalized. Anyways, we're going to take a look at the talents again. We're going to look at Druid, so this may take a little bit of time, because Druids are special. Unlike the Demon Hunter, who only has 2 specs, which is a little bit special, Druids balance that out by having 4 specs. So we're going to take a look at all 4 specs and their talents. That's pretty much it. Not much else to talk about. So this is the beta update. If you're watching this and you see another Druid and it says Alpha, well, there you go. Anyways, we're going to start right at the top and we'll make our way down from balance to restoration. And as I look at this, it's actually in alphabetical order itself. B, F, G, and R. Anyways, balance is not B damage, but it is one of the damage specs. Your primary set is intellect, as the screen says, and can take on the form of a powerful moonkin, balancing the power of arcane and nature magic to destroy enemies at a distance. Your main spells of use are Solar Wrath, Star Surge, Sunfire, Lunar Strike, Moonfire, and Starfall. And as a brony, those all sound like pony names. I'm just saying. Just saying. Anyways, let's take a look at this. So, level 15. Now that we're done with the hero classes, every 15 levels except for 90 and 100, you get a new talent. And you can choose one of 3, like all the others. So level 15, you have Force of Nature, summons a stand of 3 treants for 10 seconds, which immediately taunt and attack enemies in the targeted area. You have Warrior of Elune. Your next 2 Lunar Strikes are instant cast. Star-Lord. Come on, man. Don't you know? Star-Lord? Never mind. Lunar and Solar Empowerments also reduce the cast time of their affected spells by 8%. Level 30, you have Renewal. Instantly heals you for 30% of maximum health, usable in all shapeshift forms. Displacer Beast teleports you up to 25 yards forward, activating cat form and increasing your movement speed by 50% for 4 seconds. And then Wild Charge. So it grants a movement ability that varies by shapeshift form. If you're non-shapeshifted, fly to an ally's position. If you're in bear form, charge to an enemy, immobilizing them for 4 seconds. Cat form, leap behind an enemy, dazing them for 3 seconds. Moonkin form, bound forward. Travel form, leap forward by 20 yards. And aquatic form, increases swim speed by an additional 150% for 5 seconds. At level 45, we have Feral Affinity. Basically, you gain feline swiftness, increases your movement speed by 15%. You also learn Shred, Rip, Ferocious Bite, and Swipe. Guardian Affinity. You gain Thick Hide, reduces all damage taken by 10%. You also learn Mangle, Thrash, Iron Fur, Frenzied Regeneration. And last but not least, Restoration Affinity. You gain Ysera's Gift, heals you for 3% of your maximum health every 5 seconds. If you're at full health, a random nearby injured ally will be healed instead. You also learn Rejuvenation, Regrowth, and Swift Mend. At level 60, you have Mighty Bash, invokes the spirit of Ursoc to stun the target for 5 seconds, usable in all shapeshift forms. Mass Entanglement roots the target in place for 20 seconds, and spreads to additional nearby enemies. Damage may interrupt the effects, usable in all shapeshift forms. And Typhoon strikes targets within 20 yards in front of you with a violent typhoon, knocking them back and dazing them for 6 seconds. And yes, it is usable in all shapeshift forms. Level 75, we have Soul of the Forest, increases the damage bonus from Lunar and Solar Empowerment by an additional 15%. It reduces the astral power cost of Starfall by 10. Incarnation, Chosen of Elune, an improved Moonkin form that increases the damage of all your spells by 40% and causes your Lunar Strike and Solar Wrath to generate 50% additional astral power. It lasts 30 seconds. You may shapeshift in and out of this improved Moonkin form for its duration. Stellar Flare burns the target for X astral damage and then an additional X damage over 24 seconds. Stellar Flare benefits from Starfall's stellar empowerment. At level 90, we have Shooting Stars. Moonfire and Sunfire damage over time has a 10% chance to call down a falling star, dealing X astral damage and generating 5 astral power. Speaking of astral communion generates 75 astral power. And Blessing of the Ancients. Gain a Blessing of the Ancients, activating or swapping between one of the two following beneficial effects. Blessing of Elune increases astral power generated by Solar Wrath and Lunar Strike by 40%. Or Blessing of Anshi grants 2 astral power every 2.3 seconds. And finally, at level 100, we have Fury of Elune. Calls down a beam of pure celestial power energy at the target location, dealing X astral damage every 1 second until your astral power is exhausted. While Fury of Elune is active, you may recast it for no cost to direct the beam to move to a new location. Wow. I was going to go all over the place with enunciation. Stellar Drift increases Starfall's radius by 30%, Starfall damage by 20%, and allows you to cast while moving while within Starfall's radius. And last but not least, Nature's Balance. Aligns the power of the moon and stars, causing Lunar Strike to extend the duration of your Moonfire by 5.6 seconds, and Solar Wrath to extend the duration of your Sunfire by 3.7 seconds. Now, I do want to point out level 45, we're probably going to see these quite often, because these are the other 3 specs: Restoration, Guardian, and Feral. So I anticipate when we switch over to Feral here, that it will be Balance, Guardian, and Restoration. Maybe not in that exact order. But let's take a look. Feral. And I already transform into cat form. Beef Ragu, let's just look at you. So Feral's primary stat is Agility. It is a damage spec. Takes on the form of a great cat to deal damage with bleeds and bites. You have Shred, Rip, Thrash, Rake, Ferocious Bite, and Swipe. So let's look at the talents. Now we are going to go past level 30 because it looks like it's the same as is level 60. Everything else seems to be new, but we'll touch on Balance Affinity so that you guys can see that. So level 15, we have Predator. The cooldown on Tiger's Fury resets when a target dies with one of your bleed effects active. Blood Scent. Your melee abilities in cat form have a 10% increased critical strike chance on targets with a bleed effect. And Lunar Inspiration. Moonfire is now usable while in cat form. Generates 1 combo point, deals damage based on attack power, and costs 30 energy. Level 30, we saw these with the last one, so we're not going to worry about those. Level 45, Guardian Affinity and Restoration, as I said, are there, and so is Balance Affinity. So you gain Astral Intelligence. Increases the range of all your abilities by 5 yards. You also learn Moonkin Form, Star Surge, Lunar Strike, Solar Wrath, and Sunfire. Level 60, we saw Mighty Bash, Mass Entanglement, and Typhoon. Level 75, we have Soul of the Forest. Your finishing moves grant 60 energy per combo point. Incarnation, King of the Jungle, an improved cat form that allows the use of Prowl while in combat. Causes Shred and Rake to deal damage as if stealth were active. Reduces the cost of all cat form abilities by 50%. And increases maximum energy by 50. It lasts for 30 seconds, and you may shapeshift in and out of this improved cat form for its duration. And then Savage Roar. Finishing move that grants 30% increased damage to your cat form attacks for their full duration. Lasts longer per combo point. So 1 is 8 seconds, 2 is 12, 3 is 16, 4 is 20, and 5 is 24 seconds. so it goes up by 4 each level. At level 90, we have Sabertooth, ferocious bite that extends the duration of your rip by 2 seconds per combo point spent. Jagged wounds, your rip, rake, and thrash abilities deal the same damage as normal, but in 33% less time. And Loon's Guidance immediately gains 5 combo points and an additional 1 combo point every 1 second for 5 seconds. At level 100, we have Brutal Slash. Strikes all nearby enemies with a massive slash, inflicting X physical damage. Awards 1 combo point, maximum of 3 charges. Blood Talons, casting Healing Touch, causes your next 2 melee abilities to deal 30% increased damage for their full duration. And Moments of Clarity. Omen of Clarity now affects the next 3 cat form abilities, and your maximum energy is increased by 30%, or by 30. There you have it. So let's take a look at Guardian, the tank form, because, well, that's the next one. Duh. So, Guardian takes the form of a mighty bear to absorb damage and protect allies. You've got Mangle, Iron Fur, Thrash, Swipe, Frenzied Regeneration, and Bark Skin. So again, 30 has a bit of a different, so we'll look at that. 45 has the same, 60 has the same, and we'll just go do the rest. Except for Soul of the Forest. But we'll kind of touch on that. Anyways. So level 15, we have Brambles. Sharp brambles protect you, absorbing and reflecting up to X damage from each attack. While Bark Skin is active, the brambles also deal X nature damage to all nearby enemies every 1 second. Pulverize. A devastating blow that consumes 2 stacks of your thrash on the target to deal X physical damage and reduces all damage you take by 15% for 20 seconds. And then Blood Frenzy. Thrash also generates 2 rage each time it deals damage over time while at 3 stacks. Wild Charge and Displacer Beast we have seen, but we have Guttural Roars here. Increases the radius of Stampeding Roar by 200%, the radius of Incapacitating Roar by 100%, and reduces the cooldown of Stampeding Roar by 50%. We saw Balance, Feral, and Restoration, so we're not going to stop there. Nor are we going to stop here at Mighty Bash, Mass Integument, or Typhoon. So really levels 30 through 60, it's all the same for Druids, and it's kind of before and after that where it changes. So at level 75 we have Soul of the Forest. Now I believe we saw that with Feral, but Mangle generates 5 more rage and deals 15% more damage, so it's a little bit different. Incarnation, Guardian of Ursoc, an improved bear form that reduces the cooldown on all melee abilities and growl up to 1.5 seconds, and causes Mangle to hit up to 3 targets of melee damage abilities. Lasts for 30 seconds and freely shapeshift in and out just like the others. Galactic Guardian, or Guardians of the Galaxy? Your damage has a 50% chance to trigger a free automatic moonfire on that target. When this occurs, the next moonfire you cast generates 15 rage. 90, we have Earth Warden. Every 6 seconds you gain a charge of Earth Warden, reducing the damage of the next auto attack you take by 30%. Earth Warden may have up to 3 charges. Guardian of Elune, Mangle increases the duration of your next Iron Fur or Mark of the Ursal by 2 seconds, or the healing of your next Frenzied Regeneration by 20%. And Survival of the Fittest, reduces the cooldowns of Bark Skin and Survival Instincts by 33%. At level 100 we have Rend and Tear. While in bear form, Thrash also increases your damage dealt to the target and reduces your damage taken from the target by 2% per application of Thrash. Lunar Beam summons a beam of lunar light at your location, dealing X arcane damage and healing you for X over 8 seconds. And last, Bristling Fur. Bristle your fur, causing all attacks against you to generate rage for 8 seconds. Now last but not least, we're going to check out Restoration. So Restoration is the healing spec. My mana's low. Need a drink. This is a lot to talk about. So uses heal over time nature spells to keep allies alive. Rejuvenation, regrowth, wild growth, healing, touch, life, bloom, and tranquility. Primary stack is intellect. IV. So there you have it, level 30, 45, and 60. Again, we're going to all skip. We've talked about them all. So let's start at level 15. So we have Prosperity. Swiftman now has 2 charges. Cenarian Ward. Protects a friendly target for 30 seconds. Any damage taken will consume the ward and heal the target for X over 6 seconds. And Germination. You can apply Rejuvenation twice to the same target. Skipping, what, 45 levels? 60? Going right to 75. Soul of the Forest. So Soul of the Forest is the first one for 75. It looks like for all of them. Look, I just went through 4 of them. I can't remember. But they all do different things. So in this one, when you cast Swift Mend, you gain Soul of the Forest, increasing the healing of your next regrowth or rejuvenation by 200%, or increasing the healing of your next wild growth by 75%. Incarnation, Tree of Life, it's shapeshift, blah, blah, blah. We're going to skip that. Shapeshift into the Tree of Life, increasing healing done by 15%, increasing armor by 120%, and granting protection from polymorph effects. Functionality of rejuvenation, wild growth, regrowth, and entangling roots is enhanced. Cultivation. When rejuvenation heals a target below 60% health, it applies cultivation for the target, or to the target, healing them for X over 6 seconds. At level 90, we have Abundance. For each rejuvenation you have active, the cast time of Healing Touch is reduced by 10%, and the critical effect chance of regrowth is increased by 10%. Inner Peace reduces the cooldown of Tranquility by 60%. And Spring Blossoms. Each target healed by Efflorescence is healed for an additional X over 6 seconds. Level 100, we have Moments of Clarity. Omen of Clarity now affects the next 3 regrowths. Stone Bark reduces the cooldown of Iron Bark by 30 seconds and increases healing from your heal over time effects by 20%. And last but not least, Flourish. Extends the duration of all your heal over time effects on friendly targets within 60 yards by 6 seconds. So there you have it, guys. That is everything for the Druid. So we're going to continue on with the next. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment below, share it with the world, and we'll be back with everything else coming soon. Right.